guys, happy Sunday with Satan. Alright, so we are going to do the Ouija Incense today. So just a really calm, relaxing day. It smells so good. Everything smells amazing. Amber and dark musk are your main ingredients with this, and that is to call in higher vibrational beings. So it's very good. Sorry, I've got to have a cigarette. So, what I did was I just kind of eyeballed it all, and I've had my mortar and pestle since I've been 13. So it's starting to wear and tear, but it has, oh baby, it served me good. So, alright, so that's the final Ouija incense. It turns out very red without dragon's blood. So I'm actually gonna try just a tiny bit. A little bit goes a very long way, since this is self-igniting. So what I'm going to do is just kind of fill that bag up, because I didn't realize how much you actually get in one little tin. So you actually get quite a bit. So it's pretty good stuff. Only the highest quality of herbs. I went out and I got some sweet tobacco. Very expensive. Very good though. And mugwort. Now what mugwort does is it's going to pretty much induce visions and to just kind of help you. So just a little, that one tiny little spark, and you get quite a bit of the aroma, and it's very good. So the tobacco is going to, yes, it's going to invite all the good spirits in. I can't really smell anything right now, but that's really going. So just one tiny, you guys seen how tiny that was. So you can really, really smell the sweet tobacco, and actually the smoke, it has kind of literally almost a purple, like a purple tint. So, alright, so what I did, I took regular sweet tobacco. Wow, that smells amazing. So I did 1 teaspoon. Just rough it. So just 1 teaspoon of your sweet tobacco. Put in there. Seal that up. And grind away. So, if your tobacco is very fresh, it is going to be a lot harder to grind. It will turn into like a paste. So you can let it set out overnight so it dries out just a little bit, and then it actually turns to powder. Well, kinda. So you get the red from the sweet tobacco. Now I can really smell the tobacco. So the sweet tobacco really has kind of a red tone to it. So it's really, really good. This is kind of not dry, so it takes a while. Last night I think I spent a good hour just grinding up the tobacco and the mugwort. But yes, that stuff smells amazing. And that little bit, I mean just that little pinch that I put in there, it does go a long way, and it's potent. So I hope, yeah, I didn't realize that it, it kind of condenses when you add the oils, and obviously when you grind it. But it is one sweet smell. So it takes a while to grind up that tobacco. It takes just a little bit. Okay, I need a drink. Okay, so, and what I did, I was in the zone. I took Gabatrol yesterday, which is really good. It's from purenootropics.net. So thank you guys for the free samples. It was a little too potent for me, a little too relaxing. I slept until noon. I guess my body needed it. But the phenylorestam, oh my god, that stuff's working amazing. And I've noticed that it takes a minute to build up in your system. And then it acts like an ADD medication, so I have very good focus. My thoughts aren't scattered. I feel pretty relaxed, but alert. So, like I said, it takes a while if your tobacco is pretty fresh, which mine is. But, when you just get in the zone of just grinding your herbs and just focusing on empowering them, and it just, you just go into just a trance, a flow. And it's really, really nice. Very nice feeling. Pretty much have my tobacco ground up, and it leaves an after smell, so it sticks. It's more like a kind of a Nag Champa almost, but better, a lot better. Kind of glad that it did kind of chip off. Now I can use those sharper edges to really cut away and really grind up the tobacco. So this is very sacred in Native American practices. Just about every faith you will find some kind of tobacco usage. And this does not have any added chemicals or anything. This is just pure tobacco. So you don't have nicotine in it. I mean, I guess it does have a percentage of nicotine, but it doesn't have all those other chemicals like arsenic and rat poison as I smoke my cigarette, or smoked it. So, alright, pretty happy with how this is coming. Oopsie. Yes, very happy with the way this is coming along. So yeah, you're going to be grinding your tobacco if it's fresh for quite a while, so I suggest just leave it out for a while, so overnight. So it can just kind of dehydrate a little bit and get some of that moisture out of there. I love that sound. It's very relaxing, the swirls. Okay. You give your arms a workout. a very good workout. I should have left this out a little bit longer, but oh well, it's perfectly okay. Okay. So, there's your sweet tobacco, and then it does give that red, kind of that red tint, so it does need a little bit. A little more grinding. You can use an actual grinder or a magic bullet. I wouldn't. This puts more energy into your incense, makes it more personal. And while I do this, I call and I invoke Isis and Thoth. But with my heart, I don't use words for this. I feel like if you have a sincere call in your heart for any deity, which they're all really one facet of a giant disco ball, they will hear your call and they will respond. So, by the law of magnetism and by the law of cause and effect, literally, you are invoking those. So, here we go. Perfect. Ground up. Okay, so we've done the tobacco, so that was just 1 teaspoon. A little more than a teaspoon. I just kind of eyeball them. Mugwort. Now, mugwort induces visions. It helps with psychic abilities. It helps for spirit manifestation. Copal does too. I decided to not use copal. So with the mugwort, I don't like the big stems. So I try to get as little as possible. So that's about a teaspoon. Right in there. Seal your bag up. They say don't store your herbs in plastic bags. Whatever. That's what I say. So, tobacco, sweet tobacco. Mugwort. No, this is the tough part, because mugwort has those ridiculously strong stems. And it's already coming together, the smell. It's just, I can't describe the smell. It's just amazing. It smells like candy, kind of. Those ridiculously long, thick stems are about the hardest to actually grind up. Yeah. You can see the stems. That's why I don't work with mugwort much unless it's powdered all by itself. I think it is pretty much. I knew my stomach would come in handy for something. So yeah, you really want to grind up the mugwort. Or if you're smart, you'll get it that's powdered already. There we go. And the smell is already coming together. Yeah, you do break a sweat doing this. Okay. So you can already see that it's taking on kind of its red form. So I kind of want to scrape that off. Just gently. Okay, kind of mix up my herb. Doesn't make a bunch. You don't get a ton, but you get enough for your own personal use. So there we go. Pretty ground up. Alright. So that's the base. That is my base. The dragon's blood, it's just a pinch. Literally just a pinch. It's too potent. I'll show you guys. Oh, shit, if I can get it. If I don't knock over everything. So that's the 1618 gold. So that is just a little bit of an additive. So, trying not to disturb this. What was I doing next? Okay, so that's the base. That's your base incense. And so, amber. And this is really good. So, let's see, what is the botanical name for amber? Pinus, something. Succifonera? So yes, it's very, very good. Very potent. So I do 5 drops. Came out 6 drops, so evidently it needed 6 drops, so just very carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 drops of your amber. And it's already smelling amazing. And then dark musk. I got this from Moon Magic. So premium incense, oils, and herbs. This was very expensive for just this tiny bit. So a little bit goes a long way, especially with musk. Shit. There we go, okay. So I don't want too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shit. There we go. And then if you have a little left over in your dropper, you can just tap it. Give it that extra little sweetness. these two oils are the best and the most expensive. So, yep, perfect. So then we grind it up. And I make sure I let mine set out. Well, you don't have to, because there's not enough oil in it to actually for the need to actually let it dry out on like wax paper or parchment paper. So this is something that I would say keep in a dark, cool area so that you don't spoil the amber oil, because it will spoil. Heat and sun will really ruin your amber oil. And this also gets the the mugwort softened up a little bit, so it grinds up just a little bit better. So this is a self-igniting incense, obviously because of the oil and the tobacco, which is the base. The tobacco is the base because of its self-igniting, so once you light it, it pretty much stays lit. And tobacco is actually very expensive too. So, but don't use cigarette tobacco. Never. It's a completely different chemical compound than actual natural tobacco, which actually has the healing properties in it, like for your ear infections, asthma. Isn't that funny? Asthma with pure tobacco treats it. Although that's the last thing on my mind is, smoking a cigarette when I'm having an asthma attack. It's terrible. So yeah, I wouldn't suggest smoking if you have asthma. Don't be me. Don't do what I do. Ever. Except the good stuff, like the incense and the oils, and really focusing on your Ouija sessions. So yeah, I did design this to for everybody that does use this incense or gets it. I have put the intent in so that it amps your Ouija sessions up, so that you have positive, pure intentions, and that you are able to decipher with your right brain, not the left, the right, between a trickster spirit or whoever you are actually speaking to. So there are more things that go into this, but I will not add that in the video. That is my little secret. But you guys already have the base. Ouija boot campers, you guys will definitely get free samples. Nick, I am working today. I got up very late, noon, thanks to that Gabatrol crap. I will be working on your board probably tonight. I like how you totally changed your idea of the board. So I have a few ideas for your board that I think you'll like. You are a very giving and yes, you are very giving, and I thank you. And I'm so proud of you guys for actually doing what I say with the Ouija lessons. Nick, for example, is my favorite right now. He has, he has really gone a lot further in Ouija than I ever expected. I knew I had high hopes for you. I knew I had high hopes for you for some reason. But yes, you're following my advice on how I Ouija, and hopefully you can get to the point where I am. Okay, and it does take a little longer with your oils in there. You want to get it thoroughly stirred. This is just pure relaxation right here for me. You can add all kinds of different oils. You could add dragon's blood oil to amp up the working. You could add ylang ylang. You could add bergamot. Anything that is going to raise your vibration. But this is automatically going to just raise your vibration. The amber and the musk, that's what that does for me. Could be the Egyptian self-love oil that I use now daily, which is really amazing. So what you get that's where your red comes from, is your amber oil and your musk. So smell it. That smells amazing. Very amazing. So yeah, just keep. Yeah, my allergies are bad today. Just keep grinding. Just don't break your mortar and pestle like I have. These things are not cheap. Well, actually, I think this was like $13 13 years ago. Yes, they were $13 13 years ago. The price of everything has gone up since then. So it's very odd. Jesus, that's literally just about gave me a heart attack. So, there is where you get your red. Now, scrape just gently. So I don't want to get marble in my mixture. Sorry. Okay, I don't want marble in my mixture whatsoever. So that is what it should look like. There's your red. Very, very nice. Oh, it smells amazing. I'm burning up. Wow. I did not think sorry guys, I know that's gross. That's very gross. Alright, so that's about how much that made. Just a very tiny bit. So enough, well, including this. So these are pretty, they hold quite a bit. Wait. So for this, I have just a tiny, tiny bit of the dragon's blood. Just a very tiny bit, because this stuff is very, very potent. And I don't want it to, there, about that much. So that's probably about 1/4 of a teaspoon. maybe not even that. So I just add that in there. And this is to amp it up. So this is like Ouija incense on steroids. And this is some amazing stuff. So I suggest 1618 gold powdered incense. Where did it come from? I don't know. I don't know where this came from. So this dragon's blood incense is richly focused to energize and magnify your magical workings. So I don't know where this came from, but I know it works well. Wait a minute. It's 1618 gold. I think that's just the company. Yeah, that is the company name. Obviously. 1618 gold. Alright. Now, you can see, very different. So, just kind of mix it up. Really get it blended in with your other herbs. I think I added too much. But yes, don't over add, because then the dragon's blood is going to overpower the amber and the musk and the sweet tobacco and your mugwort. Mugwort doesn't even smell that great. So I'm very glad that those giant, or the smaller, like the stems, they absorb the oil. So that's a very good thing. And then you can go from here. This is a base, so you can add anything. But this is just my own special recipe. I will add the extras once I'm off camera. I can't give away all my secrets. Maybe I could, but I don't think that would be good for me. Alright, and it doesn't really affect, I mean, that stuff really smells really good, but it doesn't affect it too much. Yeah, it does not affect it too much. So a little teeny tiny bit. That's all. That's all you need. And you don't even have to add the dragon's blood whatsoever. You could do oil, but you can take this base recipe, and you can add in different high vibrational oils, ylang ylang, bergamot. They're all, they're going to attract higher vibrational beings. They're all angelic. They are all angelic oils. You can add a little bit of sage for purification, protection, but the dragon's blood does that already. For a really cool effect, you could add probably a third of a teaspoon, or just a pinch of saltpeter, just to really give it that effect. I mean, it's going to quickly. So I wouldn't suggest, my god. Sorry guys, I know that's gross. I've never... So what I do is I just kind of stir it around a little bit, just so it can air out the oils. The aroma is amazing. It's very calming. It takes me back to, when I smell this, it takes me back to my 13-year-old self, sitting in my closet all night, reading witchcraft books, studying the tarot, studying and practicing Ouija. So that's what kind of energy goes into this. My hands are like, they feel like they're totally like crippled. we have a very nice, very, very nice incense. There we go. Let's get closer to the camera. There we go. Very, very nice. Very loose. But yes, like I said, you can do anything that you want to this base recipe. So what I'm going to do, that's not even, I don't even, they're the tiniest little pinch. Works great. So we will see what this does. Where's my lighter? There it is. So just the tiniest, a little bit of flame. There we go. Oh my god, that smells so good. Shit. That smells amazing. I love this. So. And it doesn't smell like dragon's blood. It has a completely unique... Oh my god, why am I sweating like a whore in church? Completely unique and very, very aromaful, fragrant, very fragrant. So yes, makes you feel good, and you feel grounded, you feel balanced, you feel in your center. It really working with these types of herbs. Tobacco would be for your probably your base chakra. The rest would actually benefit all the other chakras. The oils benefit all chakras. And that tiny bit I poured in there, that's how much you get. That is how much you get from just that tiny pinch. Love it. It's just incredibly amazing. You can really get the scent of the sweet tobacco. Sweet tobacco has kind of a vanilla flavor, or not a flavor, but the smell. So you guys all seen how much I put in, and it was tiny. And it just keeps plumage of all of this stuff. Yeah, you can really smell the tobacco with that. And then, it does stay pretty hot. So, if you wanted to, you could just take another tiny pinch, put it on top of that coal, kaboom. There you go, more incense. Or more smoke. So yes, a little bit goes a very long way. So I would say that these little canisters would probably, look at that, that is crazy. I would say that these will last, depending on your working, probably for a good month. That is my thought. Okay. And I just, whoopsie-doopsie. And it does not make much. You don't get much out of that. But it's very potent, so... God, I hate that noise. Oh, no. God, that noise is terrible. Like fingers on a chalkboard. Okay. And there we have Ouija Incense. Very nice. Very nice. So, kind of keep it loose in the bag. Shake it a little bit for about 24 hours, overnight, however long. And there you go. Ouija Incense. So they will go in these. And now it's time to clean up. So, give me 1 second. I will see you guys in just a second. Alright, I hi guys. So that was fun. That was very different, interesting. That incense is amazing. Oh my god. I love it. I love it. It's my best smelling incense so far. So I feel a little short. There we go. There, I'm not so short. But yes, that is, I mean, the best smelling incense that I've ever created in my entire life. It's a lot. It's very potent. It connects us to spirit, connects us to our workings. It amps them up. It helps everything. So it's also a cleanser, and the tobacco obviously invites the spirits in. You could probably add like Palo Santo. You could probably add a little bit of that in there. I mean, if you could get those crushed up enough. I'm not sure. You could add anything. Powdered stones. You could add powdered stones. You could add powdered quartz crystal that has been programmed already. You could add glitter if you wanted to. I just might do that for you guys. I'm not sure. That glitter, I think like a gold leaf would be really good for that. I think it would give it, 14 karat gold leaf would probably amp it up. The gold, since it does have magical properties, I think that it could definitely amp it up, make it more powerful. And when I think of gold, like 14 karat gold leaf, the stuff that you can eat, I think of Ormus. So kind of like you're putting, kind of like you're adding a very important thing, a very important ingredient into your incense. So you could do that. I wouldn't honestly waste my money because it's just going to get burned. So I'm no go with the gold leafing with it. Maybe a pinch of a programmed crystal, like I just said, a programmed quartz crystal. They crush easy. So just take it outside and take a hammer, smash it. There you have just a little bit. Just put a pinch in there. See what it does. I really thought about the saltpeter because I know when you add saltpeter to different mixtures like this, it's going to. So you're going to get that tiny effect, that really tiny special effect. So you can actually trigger your subconscious mind, and it will go through your conscious mind. So I mean, just anything that is going to help your subconscious and really get you in the mood for any type of working. So this is Ouija incense, though. So this is, I've designed it specifically for your Ouija sessions. So it's going to amp them up, it's going to keep you safe, protection, it's going to call in angels, it's going to call in different higher vibrational beings, ethereal beings, it's going to call in quite a few different beings. So, very good stuff. Last night I did blog quite a bit. I blogged for you guys, severing etheric cords with Saint Michael, the Archangel, who is evident in basically every faith there is. He's universal, so very universal. So that's why I kind of was steered and geared more toward him with that type of working, so that he can actually, he actually does work. He's very good at what he does. So I just thought that would be kind of cool. So yes. Yeah, yesterday I got a sample pack of this crazy stuff called Gabatrol, Stress and Mood Formula. So, it did what it was supposed to do, but I slept until noon. So if you're under 130 pounds, start with 2 tablets, or over 130, start with 3. So you feel the effects in 1 full hour, and I did. And it was complete relaxation, a little too much. So I took the 3, I have tons of these. And kaboom. I would not, yeah, I wouldn't take this. Probably not again unless I want to sleep. It already has everything that I take in it. So you change your mind, change your life, decrease stress and negative emotions. Definitely, I did feel, so when I went to actually do the incense, I felt so much peace and relaxation and positive emotions, so that actually did help overcome social anxiety. That was a big improvement. Improved focus and performance. It was improved focus, but it just kind of relaxed me way too much. So I just kind of, I was just kind of in la la land. So promote deep, restful sleep. It was too much. Too much. Enhance meditation and yoga. I can see how that would work. Decreased stress-related weight gain. I don't know. So, a Gabatrol has a blend of ingredients including phenyl GABA, theanine, and canna that work together to increase GABA. So GABA is the #1 calm and happy neurotransmitter in the brain. With higher GABA levels, you feel great with more energy and motivation to tackle problems and think with more clarity. So Gabatrol uses a phenyl GABA, the most potent form of GABA. It's the only form of GABA that actually passes through the blood-brain barrier and gives you a calming effect that you can actually feel. So, yes, very true. So yes, on a scale of 1 to 10, Gabatrol, yeah, a 10, probably 11, because it's too strong. So I actually would not recommend taking that later in the day. I would recommend taking it during the day if you try that, because it's way too much. It was just way too much of a potent, it replaced my Klonopin. So I'm 3 days clean of my Klonopin. I don't need it. I don't feel like I need it anymore. None of it. My antidepressant I still have to stay on. So I'm down to 1 prescription. I'm very pleased, very happy. But yeah, definitely I would be very careful with Gabatrol. That's very, and no, that's not from Emily Rose, The Exorcism of Emily Rose. She was on Gabutrol. And that, it just, I don't know what that is. I don't even know if it's a real antipsychotic. That's what I'm gathering, is it was an antipsychotic, what she had taken. Because they thought that she was psychotic when she wasn't. So they wanted, that's kind of what they did with me with Seroquel, to calm the voices. I've already improved that with my all my natural remedies. So don't have to take any of the Seroquel. Horrible, awful pharma. No. So Seroquel made me kind of feel like Emily Rose looked. So that's a really bad feeling. I mean, if you guys can picture how she felt or how she looked during the movie, when she's sitting there eating, and you can hear the people eating and the utensils, and it makes me want to throw up. That's what Seroquel did for me. So that is very closely related to Seroquel. I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. So I wouldn't take it. I honestly would not take it. Sticking to my phenylrestin. And then there's another one, Sunny Full-Ups. Well, I don't know what I ordered. So this is another really good one to help. Just to help. Jesus. Oh God, people. Let's see what I ordered. I don't know what I ordered. Yes, this came from Nootropic City, and I ordered Sunifilam, so 10 milligrams. Very, it's supposed to be one of the most potent nootropics with the stimulatory effect. So we will see. We will see just how well it works. I don't think anything can compare to the phenylorazotram. So, but yeah, there we go. incense made. Packages will be going out tomorrow. My books still aren't here, so I had a really long conversation with Amazon last night. I'm about ready to leave Amazon. Sick of them. None of my packages ever arrive. If they do, they're late. So yeah, I'm fed up with them. But so yes, your packages will be going out tomorrow. For the Ouija boot campers, you will be getting the incense. You'll be getting. I don't even know if my book will be here tomorrow. Honestly, I don't know. So when Ouija Pop, yeah, I forgot to send that out. So if A Witch's Journey is not here by tomorrow, I'm gonna be pretty pissy with Amazon. So yeah, hopefully that's all. Everything's here, so I can send that out to you guys, so you guys can experience these benefits. So and read. So Ouija boot campers, keep trying, keep doing your sessions. And Nick, I cannot believe how incredibly proud of you I am. You're amazing. You've done so well with Ouija. You've done so well with Ouija. I just froze up. But I am very, very happy. You are incredible. So just keep it up. So yes, I will be working on your board tonight, hopefully. God, it's 3 o'clock already. So, alright guys, that's it for today. So I love you all very much. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow. So I love you all the way from Venus all the way back down. So I will see you all tomorrow. Hopefully, if I'm not asleep. No more Gap Patrol, whatever it's called. Screw that stuff. So, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was a relaxing video. I tried. So I love you all, and thank you guys for watching.